A whimsical affair of Elton John.
If Elton John was a movie, essentially this would be it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's Elton John's final gift to the world, because he's retiring and he's going to go and raise his kids, and he needs the well-deserved vacation. But at the same time, damn, did he put a lot of heart and soul into this movie, as well as everybody behind the lens, to create this very whimsical, magical adventure, but yet pretty grounded in a biopic at the same time. A little bit of both worlds.
I thought that Taron Egerton did a phenomenal job as Elton John. He really captured the emotion that is Elton, but also put a lot of power to the way Elton John performed on the screen, but also on like stages and stuff. And it was just like, dang, is this Elton? Like, it was amazing the way that he embodied Elton so well.
It was quite a transformation, and he did it flawlessly. The music as well translated very well into this movie, whether it was the score or the soundtrack. Was well placed, well structured, and very creatively done in the dance numbers that are in the film. But not all of them are dance numbers. Some of them are just background music and that lead into a scene of them singing. So they do kind of, go a little more subtle with some of the tones and music throughout the movie. And the score is absolutely amazing too, taking on those renditions of Elton John's music and making it very orchestral and cinematic. It was fantastic.
I really did like the fact that they kind of took his songs but then changed it a little bit to kind of flow with the movie.
Right.
Instead of it being just the way that the song is, they kind of gave it a little bit more cinematic feel to it.
And they didn't hold back either. They give you every aspect, whether it's debauchery or vulgar, of Elton John's life, as well as the aspects of his sexuality and heavy drug usage. So I'm glad that they didn't hold back there. They give us everything that is Elton John from the very first scene, which I loved.
Which I also love that too, because then it kind of gives you a real sense of who Elton John was. And the whole time it was just breaking my heart. I mean, granted, we kind of knew what we saw, like, surface of Elton John, but this kind of showed a little bit more of what he was going through, and it was just very heartbreaking to see.
Now, there are aspects of it that do kind of drag on a little bit in terms of just moving very slowly, which I get it. You're developing more characters in those situations, but it does happen quite a bit too, where it does start feeling a little longer. But at the same time, you do get to those amazing numbers that they put into this movie, and you're rolling right again.
I do say that there are certain things that happen in the movie that I was kind of like, it took me out a little bit, whether it be like a musical number that they did, and then I don't know, it was just very interesting that the way that they did it. So for certain things, like at the beginning, it was kind of slow, but it started to pick up a little bit more as he got into him being Elton instead of him being like as Reginald.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, those are very minor grasping at straws type of criticisms. Other than that, it flowed very well with how they orchestrated the story, and I love all those aspects of it. So either way, I would give it a 4.75 out of 5 because I really liked it a lot. Taron Egerton is amazing, as well was everybody else in the movie. And then, of course, the music makes me want to run out and get the greatest hits again for Elton John.
I'm going to go 4.8.
Sure.
Because, I mean, exactly. I will one-up you because it really did embody a little bit of what Elton John, and like we said before, Taron did a fantastic job, as well as Jamie Bell and Richard Madden, kind of having that full people around him. But there were certain things I was just kind of like, okay, let's give a move on. Let's talk about more about Elton and stuff. But at the same time, you kind of need those scenes to kind of build up to what was happening next.
And what's funny is they released it in the summer and not during the Oscar season. So, I mean, that's kind of a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for them, because they're going to end up putting it right in the smack dab of summer. We're going to have a lot more coming out in the fall. So, to remember that this is there and to keep the hype rolling into award season, we'll see if it ends up happening.
I will say, though, too, like, if this doesn't get, like, a costume nomination, come on.
It better have multiple, just on the level of quality that they give us in this movie. So, what's your guys' favorite Elton John moment? What's your favorite Elton John Sound song.
Our song.
Tell us down in the comments below. You can also like and subscribe.
And did a thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, fuel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Gets us where we need to go. Check out our vlog over at Phoenix Fan Fusion. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of hot. And thank you guys so much. And as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party's over. Bye.